Hello everyone, welcome to the Harley Funk Wrestling Show. I am Harley Funk. We are continuing on our journey through all the backlashes. So this time we are in 2005. It is the 7th annual Backlash, which took place in Manchester, New Hampshire at the Verizon Wireless Arena. Attendance on this show was right around 14,000, buy rate 320,000. So that's up actually about 15,000 or so people from last year. So let's take a look at the card. Let's see if the show was better than last year's, which will be tough to beat because the 2004 Backlash was incredible with matches like Mick Foley versus Randy Orton and the triple threat main event with Chris Benoit, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H. There was one pre-show match on this show. That was Tyson Tomko defeating Val Venus in 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Two guys I always just thought deserved a better spot on the card. But let's go ahead. We're going to go on to the main show. First match here. This was a banger. Your first match, WWE Intercontinental Champion Shelton Benjamin defeated Chris Jericho in 14 minutes and 31 seconds. Now, Shelton Benjamin's on a roll. He had a great match with Ric Flair last year in its opener, and now this year he gets a great match with Chris Jericho. Shelton Benjamin just needs to be talked about more. He always brought his A game. Yeah, his promos might not have been that stellar, but I still think this guy should have gotten a world title run somewhere down the line, at least one reign. But yeah, these two guys, Jericho almost breaks his neck on a Hurricanrana on the outside of the ring. Benjamin brings the goods. My favorite spot of his is when he jumps onto the top rope and hits the superplex a la Paul Roma. Great finishing sequence in this match of all the pin reversals. Backlash 2005 starting off good. Benjamin gets the win with the roll-up as a counter to the Walls of Jericho. Second match is going to be your tag team turmoil. Hurricane and Rosie win the World Tag Team titles, last eliminating La Resistance. Match time 13 minutes and 43 seconds. So the match begins with the World Tag Team Champions, William Regal and Tajiri, and they are taking on a team everyone has pretty much forgotten about, that team being the Heartthrobs, Antonio Thomas and Romeo Roselli. Tajiri and Regal have such great chemistry. They take care of the Heartthrobs. They take care of Simon Dean and Maven. It's William Regal and Tajiri. They're on a roll so far. Unfortunately, they do lose to the next team, La Resistance. I would have rather seen Regal and Tajiri against Hurricane and Rosie on last year. We saw the Hurricane Rosie La Resistance match on last year's Backlash. It would have been something nice to have something different. It wasn't that good then. It wasn't that good now. Hurricane and Rosie are your new tag team champions. I like both of them. I like the gimmick. I just never saw those two as tag team championship material, unfortunately. Your third match, last man standing match. Edge defeats Chris Benoit, 18 minutes and 47 seconds. These guys went all out on this last man standing match. I love that we got a ladder introduced into the match since both men have histories of ladders. That German suplex off the ladder was pretty freaking awesome. Edge gets to win after hitting Benoit with a brick. You know, it's a pretty damn good match. It's definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it. Yeah, it's usually last man standing matches are kind of hit or miss because the pace is all over the place for me on these matches. But these two guys, they brought the goods. I skipped the Divas swimsuit shit. Sorry, if you guys want to get coverage on that, go to somebody else's video. I don't pay attention to any of that garbage. And I thought the Master Lock Challenge segment was garbage too. In fact, actually, that's two segments in a row. That wasn't a wrestling match on a pay-per-view. It dragged the show down to a halt. And then after the two segments, you get Kane defeating Viscera in 6 minutes and 9 seconds. And let's face it, there was no way this match was ever going to be good. After the match, Viscera splashes Trish. She does the stretcher job, and it just felt like WWE might be milking the clock on this show a little bit. The amount of time they spent on these two segments and the stretcher job, you could have put another match in there easily. Your fifth match, Hulk Hogan, Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels defeat the team of Muhammad Hassan and Daivari 15 minutes and 5 seconds. Now, I always thought Muhammad Hassan got done dirty on his release. I always thought he was actually very good in the ring. I think they could have easily repackaged him. I understand that his gimmick was a little bit controversial for the time, but he seemed like he was actually willing to do just about anything to get the character over. So if they would have repackaged him with a different character, I imagine he probably had the talent to make it work. But, you know, this match, he has to look back on this as a career highlight. I'm sure Daivari does too. This was an entertaining match. It was fun watching Hogan do the Hulk up, brother. And Mike was there basically to be your face and pearl and sell most of the match. Hogan gets the pinfall after a Shawn Michaels sweet chin music assist. But your sixth match, this is your main event. World Heavyweight Champion Batista defeating Triple H 16 minutes and 26 seconds. And unfortunately, I just didn't like this match either. I didn't really like the WrestleMania match much either. It's just something about these two working together. It just never clicked for me. I like both Batista and Triple H. But when you put the two of them in a ring, it gets a little bit boring sometimes. Just the matches, they feel kind of flat to me, I guess. There's a ton of Ric Flair interference in this. I think that could have been scaled back a little bit. Batista does win this match after a Batista bomb. Overall, decent show. It's not as good as last year's. The middle portion of all the pointless segments, Trish stressed her job. That lasted longer than it should. Really just dragged the show down. But hey, Chris Jericho and Shelton Benjamin, man, they had a banger of a match. So did Chris Benoit and Edge. So there was good on this show. Definitely worth going to check out those two matches at least. But let's go ahead. We'll take a look at the match rankings in the order of my enjoyment. Your last place for me, Kane and Viscera. That's your sixth spot. Number 5, we're going to have Batista and Triple H, the main event. Fourth spot goes to the Tag Gauntlet match. Your third match, I would say, would be Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels against Muhammad Hassan and Daivari. Second place, last man standing, Chris Benoit and Edge. And for the first place for this show, I'm giving it to Chris Jericho and Shelton Benjamin, who really just set an unobtainable bar at the beginning of the show. They just put on a clinic. So that's it. Decent show. Like I said, go ahead and check out the two matches for sure. I've got a lot more content coming up, a lot more Backlash reviews coming your way, especially. Guys, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet to keep up with all the content I'm going to be putting out. Give me one of them thumbs up if you like the video. Guys, thanks for checking this out. We'll see y'all on the next video.